purified. It's pipe water. It's municipal water.
Well, you know what?
You're buying municipal water. I need to sell you some.
It has gone through
reverse osmosis.
Yeah.
5 stages
by advanced filtration and reverse osmosis.
Brita, man. Brita. A big old Brita.
I will drink Brita. I ain't gonna lie. That's about the only pipe water I'll drink. The one that went through Brita.
Clearly, because you bought some. So
yeah, and then they gotta stay in the fridge. So
okay. You have to stay on the fridge. Gotcha.
Yeah, it can cool.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, understood. Anyway, I get a little distracted when I see water, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I am obsessed by water, and Quest has a different kind of thought about water, and I get distracted. It's my fault.
That guy drinks pipe water. I'm not having it.
No, I drink any potable water because I refuse to be dry. I would rather not be dry. It's not because I don't think it's a bad idea sometimes. It's just because I have an aversion to being dry. I will not be dry. That's why I don't get sick.
You will never be with me and drink pipe water, and then I gotta send you back to Simone. And then
belly tough, man. What do you mean?
All right, yeah, you go on. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back to the radio voice. For those of you joining us for the very first time, Quest and I are about to record our Marriage Ain't for Suckers program, and share with you. And so in a little while, when it sounds like we know what we're talking about, that means that the audio is going where it needs to go. And so thank you for enjoying this time with us. And so Quest, whenever you're ready, I will get going on the audio piece. Just let me know, bro.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. Quiet on the set. Peace, y'all. It's your man. It. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
What up, y'all? Welcome once again to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. I am your host with the most, Quest, alongside my man, my mellow, my man, L. David Harris. Let's give him a round of applause.
Get on the mic.
And MC.
You saw that, didn't you, homie?
I'm watching your face.
What up, though?
What up, y'all? Have a seat. Have a seat. Yeah, as always.
Class is in the session.
Yeah, get out of the hallway. Get in here.
Come in here.
Have a seat.
Get on in here.
Books out. Let's get it.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. I got a lot going on, man. And it's good stuff. There's trials and all that, but I got meetings for stuff and I'm not used to it, bro. That's why I wear crinkly, unironed clothes almost every day of the week and no socks. But I'm having to go to meetings and stuff lately. Yeah. So we'll see what the Lord is doing, bro.
Yeah. There's some changes and some challenges going on this side as well. But as a believer in God, and what he can do, and a believer in his word, which declares that all things, good, bad, indifferent, and in between, work together for the good of those who love God.
Yes, sir.
And are called according to his purpose.
Yes, sir.
And I rest in that. It's not easy to rest in that from time to time, but I rest in that nonetheless.
Yeah, man.
And, yeah, man. Yep. So ain't nothing left to do but to strap up, you know what I'm saying, and get ready. Go. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, everything is lovely over here. Faith is still loving me, so that's good.
Listen, man, that honestly, I'm not gonna say that's all that matters, but it's pretty close to the all that matters level, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm thankful for her in so many different ways, even in challenging moments. I'm thankful for her. Because sometimes we don't like different perspectives sometimes, D, but it serves its purpose. They see things that we just don't see.
True indeed.
And I have learned to appreciate it. It don't always feel good, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Yeah. Word.
Yep.
So bless up to our wives, and for you ladies out there, bless up for your husbands.
Yes, indeed.
Word up.
Yep.
There's a reason why you're together. Even if things are difficult, there's still a reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So move forward, man. Don't move backward. Don't look back. Move forward.
Yeah. It's a process of the one flesh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 Well, man, moving on, man. I'm just going to go ahead and shout out, you know what I'm saying, our family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Breathe University. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. I love that right there. Yeah, man, if you are looking to develop from a personal level, if you're looking to go to the next level as an entrepreneur, as a speaker, if you're looking for your soul to be enriched, and my favorite part, if you are looking to grow in your marriage, then I promise you it gets no better than this. Come and join a family. I'm so used to saying community, and now I'm saying family of learners and learning in any of those areas. And I promise you it's a blessing and a half. For more information, please do visit www.breatheuniversity.com. There are a couple events coming up. Take Control is one of them, happening actually this weekend. You know what I'm saying? In Boston. Yeah, in Boston. Take Control event, entrepreneurial series. And if you want to be in the building, go by etinspires.com/events.
All right. Well, hey, look at this. I got some stuff I want to share, Quest.
Come on, share it with me, man.
There's a dude that is very supportive, man. His name is Dewan Matunga.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, so y'all go ahead and hit him up, man. DewanMatunga.com. And D is how you spell his name again?
DEWANE, I believe it is.
Yes. DEWANE MUTUNGA. You'll find it. I'm telling you. Even if you spell it wrong, and I feel terrible, Quest. Like I'm supposed to have that like all settled, but Dewan Matunga. You'll find him. I find him very easily whenever I look him up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and our brother Craig definitely is a big time supporter, man. So big up to Craig. I call him Philly PD. Stand up.
Come
Philly
on.
PD, them boys in blue. Yeah, so big up to our brothers, man, who are very, very supportive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, everybody out there who's supportive, but I just wanted to give those shout outs today. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So I'd like to share some more things with you. You know why, Quest?
Come on.
Because this program is brought to you by Audible.
Yeah.
Get your 30-day free trial and free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/marriage with more than 180,000 titles from which to choose for your Android, Kindle, iPhone, iOS device, MP3 player, and everything else you can play these books on. And I'd like to welcome you. Let's see. I think I'm gonna recommend by Dr. Les Parrott.
Ooh,
Crazy Good Sex.
Yeah.
You like that, Quest? Crazy Good Sex. Putting to bed the myths men have about sex.
Les and Leslie Parrott. Let me tell you.
Man.
Yeah, that's the
Those are people's, man. So yeah, it's worth more than your time. It's worth you buying it 4 times. So if you can get it free, you definitely need to do that.
And I was ready because if you didn't recommend one, I sure enough had one that I was going to recommend.
Oh, you were ready? Because
I was ready.
Been dissing us, Quest. Why don't you recommend? You don't have to recommend one. You got one?
Well, yeah, I do. It's written by one of my favorites, Dr. Gary Chapman.
Word. Yeah.
Things I Wish I'd Known Before We Got Married.
Go get it.
I'm just telling you, it's fire.
Good, man. Yeah, I wish we could do, I wish we could clear copyright and like play some of this stuff, but we can't.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so today we're talking about something really important, Quest.
Before we even get into it, D, I have to, I really do. I have to do this because we really do. I don't know about other podcasts, but I know about Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. We have some faithful, I'm talking about faithful listeners, dude. One of the things, guys, that we are trying to do at Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast is make sure that we get our review numbers up so that we can go into other places, man, and be able to share this information. And, hopefully, like for real, I just read this week, D, that the divorce rate has gone up from 50 to 53%. It's crazy.
It was already bad, but man.
Yeah. And it seems like it's getting worse. So I want to be able to share this information that, as it relates to marriage in a few more areas. And one way that we do that is to get our listening reviews up, and then we can expand into other areas. So I'm going to ask if you guys, if you listen via iHeartRadio, if you listen via Google Play, and more importantly, if you listen via the podcast app on your iPhone, iPad, just stop by and leave us a review. And I'm going to give shouts out to SheDap6, who is our listener of the week. And she says,
let me go to
Quest and David do an amazing job providing great foundational information for marriage. They will help you take your marriage from good to great or from great to phenomenal. They have a variety of information that they share from their phenomenal support system. Grateful for the information. And then he used some emojis with the hand clapping. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to SheDap6, our listener of the week. Thank you so much for your review. And if you would like to your review to be highlighted on the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast, please do go by. Number one, we love to hear from you. We always love to get fan mail and the love mail, not the hate mail, but the love mail. So please do stop by, leave us a review, and then we'll definitely get you as one of the listeners of the week. Yep.
Word up. Well, thank you.
Yep.
And I got my iPad open, so I was able to take that.
Come on.
Take a peek at it.
Come on.
Yeah, some of us have both kinds of devices. We don't discriminate against the opposite ones, but that's not what we're talking about today. So I'm going to stop being passive aggressive about it. Yeah, so today is serious, Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Cover up or covering?
Oh, man.
Cover up or covering?
Yep.
And I'm gonna just let you know, just at the outset, covering is positive. Cover up, not so much.
I was just gonna say I'm rocking with the covering. I'm not rocking with the cover up.
Nah.
That sounds shady.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's because it is quite shady, sir.
Yeah. Well, why don't you go ahead, D, and break down the differences in between the two, and let's get in that thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real simple today, Quest. So to cover someone, now of course I can speak from a male perspective. I'm a person who loves God, and from a male perspective, especially for those who love God, there are ways that we keep our wives protected. And when I say protected, I don't mean in a chivalrous way, even though I don't have an aversion to it. But that's not what I'm talking about today. I mean from the perspective of, even if something is not going well, you're not going to disrespect Simone. That's the first thing. Not in front of me, not without getting checked, is what I'm saying. I can't control you, but I can check you. And in the positive sense, before I leave every day, before, and we leave together, Quest. This is the other thing. Simone and I leave the house together because we work out together and some other stuff, right? Drop off the boy to school and all that, right? But before we leave the house, we have family worship. And part of what we do during family worship is pray together. And I'm asking God all kind of favors for Simone.
Yeah.
As an example. I'm always protective of her honor. If I see something, about her physical self that may be something that she wouldn't approve, like she forgot to take her head tie off. I'm not going to just let her walk outside, because I know she would be horrified if she realized that she left her head tie on. It sounds simple, but
it's major, bro.
But for her, she doesn't want to go out looking a certain way. So I'm going to cover her by saying, Simone, you forgot to take your head tie off.
Absolutely.
So I'm keeping it real simple. Y'all know how complex it can become. Cover up is, let's make it a little more complex on cover up. Cover up is, if your spouse has a problem as an alcoholic, as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Your spouse is an alcoholic. Let me put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And you say of that obvious problem, well, my spouse is just stressed out. That's cover up.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that their spouse is stressed out is true, but agreeing to alcoholism
Mm-hmm.
as a function of sort of fixing whatever the problem is,
Mm-hmm.
and covering up by saying, well, since spouse has problems, then alcoholism is okay, cover up. That's
Mm-hmm.
negative.
Mm-hmm.
Your spouse is an abuser. And, you say, my spouse was missing a parent and doesn't know what a healthy relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he or she behaves in this way. That's
Mm-hmm.
cover up. That's negative 100% of the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So covering is positive. Cover up.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah. I cover my wife every day. Cover as in the ing and not the ed. I never allow faith to leave this home.
Mm-hmm.
I never allow faith to leave this home without covering. Why? Because there's a lot that she's about to face on the road.
Yeah.
Right? I'd be a fool to think, D, that is some dashes in the road that keep cars separated.
Yeah, that little paint ain't doing it.
Yeah, you a fool to think if it's just some dashes in the road that keep cars separated as well. I believe that it is the goodness, grace, and mercy of God that allows traffic when you're traveling on that road, like for real. And so what happens is I know that the enemy is always looking to, and I don't want to sound cliche-ish, but it's the truth, to kill, steal, and destroy. And when she leaves here in the day, there's a specific prayer that I pray for her every morning. Number one, dispatch a couple of the angels, you know, what I'm saying, to be about the four corners of this vehicle.
Okay.
As she leaves my presence, I'm leaving her in your hands, God. And I know she's your daughter, you know, but you put her in my life as my wife, and I'm asking you to cover her. You put them at the four corners of the vehicle. Allow no harm or danger to come nigh her or the vehicle.
Please.
Get her to her destination safely. When she's there at work, allow her and her work to wow her superiors.
Yes.
If difficult situations should come while she's at work, allow her to be in position to speak life to difficult situations and people, if necessary, because sometimes they arise and you ain't got no business close to it. But if necessary, put her in position to do that.
Word.
And then when the day is over and she's done everything that you sent her there to do, bring her back home safely so we can be together as family. That's a specific prayer that I pray for her every day. It's funny. And I'm not saying this to brag, D, but a couple of months ago, she had been working in this department for a number of years, such that people were coming in and out. And she was like, okay, Lord, I feel like I need to be, you know, promoted to the next level. I've been in this department for X amount of years. I train everybody that comes in. I do, like, as they're coming in and coming out, I'm the one consistent person who's been running in this department. And she was, you know, and I just kept praying to God, like, allow her work to wow her superiors.
Yes.
One thing led to another, and she got promoted to be a manager. And she understood that it was not only that when God decided to elevate her, it also had to do with the covering that I provided for her. And I'm not bragging on that. I'm just saying that I believe that that's one of my responsibilities. Now, when I do something or my wife does something and I make an excuse for it and don't address it, that's the part that's
cover up.
It's kind of like that whole biblical story thing with Eli and his sons and the foolishness that he allowed them to do and he never checked it. I ain't in the business of catching no repercussions, especially from the big man. You feel me? I don't want that in my life. And so sometimes there are things that need to be addressed in marriage. And not so much that God is dealing with you, but it's the fact that you neglected to deal with it accordingly, and you are dealing with the consequences of not dealing with it accordingly. What you say, D?
I just got a good example, and it's simple because Simone and I don't have, if you want to say, quote, problems. You know, we got life and life comes with complications, but we don't have marital problems. However,
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with needing to work. And so, for instance, Simone said to me, you know, I've been doing a lot of very upfront and public stuff in media for years, bro.
Come on, bro.
But I just, you know, several months ago did something and that, you know, it was all on TV and some other stuff, right? And it was for weeks, right? And Simone said that she was like, I don't remember what word she used, but something like amazed, like she was there watching me like, whoa, like in a positive way, like, wow, like who is that dude? Even though I'm still me, but it's like something let go, and that's a positive thing, like next level, right? And she said, because you've been holding back. And I was like, I've been holding back. She was like, yeah. And then I started telling her, you know, whatever my experience was recently and why whatever this positive thing happened, and I let go. And I said, how long you been now I got a problem, Quest. I'm like, how long you been holding that? Like withholding that. I said, withholding that, Simone. And she's like, well, I didn't think you would receive it. I said, do you get to decide what I'm gonna receive or I'm not going to receive?
Come on.
You just gonna let me die because you think, and that's think, you don't know that. But even if you were right, like you just gonna let me drown and die because you think that I wouldn't receive it. Like you got to cover me, Simone. Like you can't hold that back from me because you need me to acquiesce so you feel like it was worth your while. You got to do it regardless. Right. Wow. So I wasn't trying to chastise. That's my homegirl for 28 years, man.
No, I know you weren't trying to chastise
17 years. But I'm like, dude, like, don't, like you say all the time, Quest, you need some of your homies to not be impressed by you.
It's accountability, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, you should have checked me whenever you thought I was holding back. How many years? She told me it was for years I've been holding back. And I was like, you should have told me that. Like, you can't hold that from me because you know, because you're telling me this, that me holding back has been extremely limiting to me and detrimental. Wow. And she said to me weeks later that it finally clicked to her that she dissed me by holding back that thing that I needed to say, yo, you need to watch that, Dave. You've been holding back. Like you need to let it go, whatever it is.
Okay.
And she was like, I got it, Dave. Thanks for telling me. And I will not withhold. If I see something I need to check, I'm going to check it. I was like, thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's what you should have been doing.
But see, here's the thing, D.
Yeah.
Because you're decently healthy, you can address it as such.
Yeah.
There are some of us who are operating from a place where we're not as healthy as we think we are.
Yeah.
And here's the funny thing about that is that you will accept the rebuke or the check from somebody else other than your spouse. When your spouse comes and says to you the same thing that a partner or somebody else says to you, you'll receive it from them. But when your spouse says it to you, you black out, you wild out and do all of these different things. And they got the problem. No, you got the problem.
Yeah.
Because what I've realized about marriage, D, is that it is supposed to be the most rewarding, the most intimate, the most satisfying relationship on the face of the earth. And sometimes we think that our satisfaction has to be something that speaks to our feeling good.
Yeah.
Satisfaction doesn't necessarily always mean satisfying what feels good.
At the moment.
It should satisfy your health across the board, which means in areas that you need to be checked, it should satisfy those areas as well. But because we're not healthy, and when she comes to say something, and I'm just speaking she, but you know, ladies, when he comes to say something to you and you don't like it because it's that lemon squeeze, because let's be honest, not everything, the areas that we need work in, like we don't want nobody to point that out. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is, are we at that point, are we doing what we're supposed to be doing and becoming as healthy as we can, not only for ourselves, but for our spouse and children if we have them?
Right. Because when you think about it, let's just think about my little story. Because I know y'all need to turn it up where you need to turn it up for yourselves. But in my little story, I shine, bro. I don't have to do nothing. When I say nothing, I don't have to do nothing, Quest. But my wife knows me. And she knows that there's somewhere else I could have gone. She knows the trajectory, even though the trajectory is great. but she knows that there's somewhere else I'm supposed to go. And listen, she was telling me when she gave me a reference point, dog, she's been withholding that check for 16 years, bro.
That's crazy.
Because she's like, every time you're about to do something dope, you say you're gonna hold it back because people are gonna because I naturally outshine people sometimes, Quest. And she's like, why you be holding it back, worrying about what people think, and you just want to play low, like bring it down a notch for whatever your reasons are. And I'm like, dog, you should have told me that 16 years ago. But thank you for telling me now.
Here is my belief. I believe that we've all been endowed with gifts and talents. Some are similar to some, but they're never exactly the same. And anytime you don't operate in the fullness of your gift, people die. And that doesn't necessarily mean a physical death. It could mean death to many different areas. And I believe in these situations that you and I face. And whether you're a husband or you're a wife, whether you're receiving or the rebuke or whether you're giving the rebuke, the two are one. So imagine if she had been holding this back for 16 years, where that holds you. This is a helpmeet. So she has a perspective as a woman that we could never even begin to have, or we will never have, because we are not wired the way that they are. And so when they have things that they need to tell us, and if you are in a position where your wife or your husband is coming to tell you something that they see, number one, you can't see it because you're not wired the way they are. Right? That's number one. Number two, if they come to tell you and you get defensive about what it is that they're telling you, the only person that let me just say this, you're hurting the entire relationship.
That's right. Because it's one relationship.
Oh, come on. The two of you are one flesh. So if she sees something in you that you need to correct, and she has waited 16 years to tell you, imagine where that's not just your situation, D. I think about the many things that Faith has had to tell me, and I've had to come to the place now, and just recently, where I'm like, listen, I'm not into the mode of being defensive, because I know when I'm defensive, that is the thing that will cause you to feel disregarded. You know what I'm saying? That's what my man calls one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So if I get defensive, I'm only hurting me.
Yeah, everybody loses.
Everybody loses. And imagine if she tells me stuff that she sees, I'm able to fix my thinking and make the adjustments. Imagine how many hurdles we could I'm not talking about jump over, but fly over.
Gone.
When the team starts, like, okay, when a coach is sitting there and they're watching you play on the court, they have a vantage point that you don't have. You are in the game.
True indeed. Yeah.
So they can see things that you can't. So when you come back imagine a player coming back to the coach and say, okay, I'm watching you when you go up the court and when you play in the back court and when you play inside the paint, make these adjustments. And you tell the coach, what? I know I've been putting in, you know what I'm saying, work. I know I'm getting buckets. Yeah, bro. But how much more buckets could you possibly get if you make these small adjustments as I'm watching you from there? And it's the same principle in marriage. Some of us are losing because you get defensive with your spouse when they see something that you can't see. And imagine how far the two of you could actually go if you would make the adjustments. Fix your thinking, man, and how many gaps and how many hurdles you could just fly right over. Yeah,
and I want to answer a question that somebody's brain is asking. And if it wasn't you and me talking to you and me, probably would have said it out loud. I'm a guess. Yeah. Like, what is it that would cause her to hold it back? What is it that David is doing? Right. But in my case, it doesn't even matter, because when I say it doesn't matter, because it's not that. In this case, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
It was that she didn't think I would be available for it. Like, she thought I wouldn't be able to receive it. Like Jesus said, I got a lot to tell you, and I'm like, so if I don't receive it, shame on me. But listen, and so she wasn't concerned that I would hit back, that I would fire at her, that I would be whatever. But she still thought, like, this dude's not going to take it right now. And I'm like, so what? Okay. That's my problem.
Okay,
if I don't take it.
That's on the low end. Imagine on the turn up when she come to you, and I've been on the, you know what I'm saying, on the on the higher end. When I told you last month when we had that little disagreement, and she said, yeah, that's true, and you do have my tank on full, but as of late you've had my tank on half or 3/4 tank more than you had on full. I was like, what?
How you mean?
What? Mr. Quality Time? Like Mr. Marriage? Like,
I wrote the book.
How could I? Come on. I know. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I put in? Like, but here's the funny thing. Two things are there are a number of dynamics really and truly that's taking place. One is the pride. And I had to realize it and get rid of it quickly as I realized it was pride. And then I had to call her back, D, and make a detailed apology. Why? Because I know that she has a perspective that I don't have. And I know as a team, there's no I in team. It's the two of them.
Unless you can't spell.
Oh, man.
Real talk. I mean, yeah. So Lord bless us, man. So I hope y'all got something out of this because, you know, there's a lot of covering up we doing, thinking we're either thinking, actually thinking, or deluding ourselves or playing our spouses by covering up. If we want to be really helpful, we need to be covering our spouse, not covering up for our spouses. Real talk.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We trying to
be running up on us, don't it?
Oh, man. It sure do. It sure do. Y'all stay focused, man.
Stay focused. All right, y'all. So yeah, I got these meetings, man. So I'm on that super rush thing, like on you know, I'm on meetings. So outside of the studio.
Hey, so I'm thinking.
So we still on, you know. So we you know, we just gotta cut the people loose, man, because I got to go.
You got to go.
Yeah, man. So I'll holler at y'all and Quest. I'll catch you in a second. Just hold fast. We're gonna let the people go.
Yep.
And, y'all stay focused, man.
Please stay focused. Shaky to good, good to great. Ultimately, we want to be a phenomenal. Please.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. We didn't get married not to be a phenomenal.
Word up.
Yeah, y'all already know phenomenal don't just happen.
Yeah.
It take work. So let's do that work, y'all.
Peace.